Woodward today claiming that his new offshore drilling plan can be clean, green, and environmentally friendly. Is it half a drill? Should it be 4 drills? Maybe it should be no drills. The question is, can we keep both the oil industry and Mr. Obama's greenie supporters happy? Joining us now is John Felmy, Chief Economist, American Petroleum Institute, and Michael Brune, Executive Director of the Sierra Club. Michael, let me start with you because apparently you don't like any of this.
Well, we like a lot of what the president is doing, and we certainly like his investments to increase fuel efficiency. We think that's a much better way to stimulate the economy and to meet our energy demands. But yeah, it's true. Today's announcement we thought was very disappointing in it, and we think that it takes us in the wrong direction.
Are you opposed, Michael, to any oil drilling? Would you like would you like to keep the ban, the moratorium on offshore oil drilling, and let me put on the table onshore oil drilling?
Yeah, you know, Larry, let me put it to you this way. I grew up in New Jersey, grew up on the beaches in New Jersey, and in the 1980s, the beaches were closed for months at a time, primarily because hospital waste was being dumped offshore, but there was also a chemical plant that was dumping its waste right into the ocean. And I saw for myself the impact of ocean pollution on my father's business and on the local economy. And so the question that I have, that we have at the Sierra Club is, will Exxon, will Shell, will BP be subsidizing the local economies when there's another spill? Will they pay for the cleanup? It hasn't happened in Alaska, and it didn't happen in California, so we have no assurances it would happen in the future.
All right, John Felmy, you heard what Michael Brune has just said. Can you respond?
Well, I think if you look at the track record of the industry, it is tremendous. I don't know what oil has to do with medical waste, but the key thing is if you look at our operations, particularly our operations in the Gulf in the wake of Hurricanes Katrina and Rita, they were remarkable. This announcement today was good news for consumers and good news for workers. It'll generate jobs, it'll generate revenue for the governments, and improve our trade deficit. It's a win-win-win situation, and so let's go forward looking at that as an opportunity.
You know, John, let me ask you something. We, of course, debated this great intensity 2 years ago when oil was getting up to $100, $150 a barrel. I had a guy on here from Santa Barbara City Council, Santa Barbara, California, okay? This is the fruits and nuts. And they actually passed a pro-offshore drilling resolution because they found, John, that the oil seepage from offshore, which hit the beaches, would be reduced if you actually went out there and drilled for oil environmentally. Now, it seems to me that's what Michael is raising, and I'd like to get both of you to weigh on this. The oil seepage problem can be cured by drilling offshore. What's your take, John?
Well, there's no question in the Santa Barbara area that is absolutely true. Drilling and producing oil reduces the amount of oil that you have on the beaches. And it also is important to recognize because the Santa Barbara area where you have offshore platforms and so on doesn't appear to be suffering in terms of tourism or, for that matter, real estate prices onshore. So I think it's we should be careful to look at what the reality of the situation is.
Now, Michael Brune, I ask you the same question because the New Jersey shore reminds me of Santa Barbara. That was a joke, but in all seriousness, what about this issue? That you can do it environmentally, you can do it cleanly, and in fact, you'll stop the oil seepage.
You know, that may be true in a place like Santa Barbara, but I have to say, this feels a little bit like Alice in Wonderland. The fact that we can protect our beaches by drilling more just isn't borne out by reality. It's true that the oil industry is safe right up until the point where it's not safe.